Welcome ladies and gentlemen to race 6 of the ISR Project Cars Sunday League. This week we're off to the Snetterton circuit, and that fitted in perfectly with the British Touring cars, which were also on the same day that we did this race. But here we have my qualifying lap in front of us now. By request I've been asked to slow the lap down and talk through it, so I'll do my best. I'm not the best when it comes to talking about, I don't know, the lap itself, but here we are on the lap into turn 1. Turn 1 was a great corner, I quite enjoyed that. It was nice and quick and easy to get through. Down to turn 2, the kind of the hairpin here. You could take a variation of different lines and kind of compare to your competitor, and it would be quite good. So I managed to get around that nicely. Into turn 3 now. Bit of a not quite hitting the apex there, so it's a little bit wider than I'd like to do, but it hasn't harmed me too much. As you can see it on the top right, I am up on my previous best time. My original lap was that good anyway. But here we come into turn 4 now, so that's Agostini if I remember rightly, that's what it's called. So kind of lost it a little bit there, kind of lost some traction. Wasn't able to get that quite like how I liked. And into Hamilton now, got a nice turn in there, not quite clipping the apex, but that's not too bad. It was carried some good speed through there. We had to watch out for these sausage curbs on the inside, but I got that nicely, just missing them. Getting a nice exit there, not quite on the edges I'd like to be. This corner here I find it quite difficult. Williams I think it's called. I find that quite a difficult corner. It looks straightforward, but kind of trying to get the speed and the balance and not run wide, it was really difficult. But down the back straight now we've got a long run into the kind of the chicane, the S-bends here. So under the bridge we go, braking hard, not braking during the turns, the back would just lose it, and it was quite a tricky corner. We've practiced in the Cleos as well at this track a couple of weeks ago, and it was just a nightmare to go through there. But managed to do that nicely through the bum hole as well. Didn't have any problems there. But this long right hander, this caused a lot of people problems. Nobody knew what line to take, and it set you up most of the time wrong for that last corner, so you'd end up getting a tighter line. But nevertheless, managed to get a kind of a decent lap in now. So did a 153.9, and that was enough to get me third place. So not fast enough for the pole position, but Toby got first with Damon second, so those two were fighting away at the top. I got third, Spen was fourth, Iceman fifth, Colin in sixth, Dougie seventh, and Stuart rounds out the field in 8th position. You'll probably be able to see at the top right there, there's bits flashing up on the screen. I'm also live streaming these races, so if you actually want to watch them live, just look at my Twitch, the links are in the description below. Nevertheless, we've got the race here in front of us now, waiting for the 4 lights to go out, or 3 lights to go green. There we go. So didn't get the best of starts there, a bit sluggish. But Spen got a lightning start. The top us three, myself, Damon, Toby didn't really get the best of starts. So Spen got a lightning start there. He got up the inside of Damon, but he cut in turn 1. I went in the back of him, kind of caused a little bit of a pile up there. Colin capitalised out of all that. He's ended up getting himself up to third into turn 2. Now Colin's in third. Get a little bit of a knock there from Spen, which sent me wise over the curbs. So just ahead of him now, coming down to turn 3. But yeah, Colin was the major winner out of all of that. He's managed to get third place wrapped up there on lap 1, and despite his good start, Spen's lost the position. He's down to 5th. But task now is to keep Spen behind, try and overtake Colin and see if I can catch him in the front too. But we've got another little bit of a knock there from Spen. So he's up alongside me now, but I've still slightly ahead, but he's got the inside into Hamilton's. And I didn't know quite where he was, so I kind of eased off a little bit, but side by side I ended up holding the line there, and that's put me on the inside for the next corner. Jumped the curb a little bit, but I managed to keep him behind me there. So moving on to later on the lap now, this long right hander was a nightmare, like I said. I think Colin got it a bit wrong there, he didn't take the best of the line, and he lost it on the curb in the exits. That's spun him out. So that's promoted me up to third with Spen right behind him fourth. But coming through Hamilton's again in lap 2, I got too wide through there, missed the apex completely, run out onto the grass and the dirt on the outside, and that's given Spen a nice run into third place. So I got that corner wrong a few times in practice and qualifying, but got it wrong in the race, and that's let Spen capitalise and get into third place. But right on him now, you got a decent run out of Williams there. I'm straight onto the back of him, down the back straight, going to try and see if I can make a move into, I think it's Brundle this corner's called. The track's great, it tells you the names on the inside on the track itself. But Spen's managed to hold it round the outside there, and he kept that position. And it was a bit close to there, but didn't get a good enough exit to make a run on him into the final turns. But Spen gets the curb on the inside, that puts the car up onto, I don't know how many wheels, 2, 3. But through the final turn there, look, you can see myself and Spin taking different lines. He was taking a tight line the whole way. I went wide and came in tight, but it's just, I think, break for the last corner. Spin seemed to be stronger than me through there. Onto that 4-9 to turn 1, right, we'll catch up with Damon, and Damon was quite slow through turn 1, we were really surprised by that. But and that caught Spin out there, as you can see. Spin kind of tried to 6-man body action, and that let me get onto the back of them. Wasn't brave enough to make a move up the inside. I should have let the car roll a bit more and just forced me a little bit wider, but no, I kept behind him. But I'm right on the back of them now, so myself and Spin have managed to catch up with Toby and Damon. So we've got a 4-way battle for the lead, and we're on lap 4 of the race, so this could be a long race of battling. But carrying on around that lap, Spin gets a good exit, a great exit out of Williams. He's right on the back of Damon. He's left me a little bit there, and he's looking to make a move up the inside. Project Cars gives me a glitch where it freaking changes my view when I don't want it to, so I had to quickly jump back to my bonnet cam. But as I do that, Spin makes a move up the inside of Damon, and he takes second position. But Toby then goes off. Toby gets wrong, all wrong under braking, and that's gifted Spin 2 positions in a corner and a half, really. But next lap now, Toby's a little bit further back, so he's going to have to kind of catch up with ourselves. But I got a great exit out of Williams this time around onto the back of Damon. Damon pulls across though, giving me an extra slipstream to follow Spin, so I just breezed past him, no problem at all there, so thanks to that, Damon. So I'm pretty much past him before we even get to the left-hander here. So past Damon into second place. Spin's a bit squirmy through there. Got a better exit than him, but there's nowhere to. You're silly if you want to make an overtake around here, so back off, just see what kind of line he takes to the final turn. But yeah, I wasn't able to catch him. Next lap though, on lap 6, got a good run through turn 1. It's just following Spin here. But out of nowhere, Damon comes and dive bombs in the outside. He said after the race he was braking a bit wrong, and you can clearly see it there because he came from a long way back. It's lucky at the last second I noticed that and avoided him. But that's I've lost some time to Spin because of that now, so I had to kind of do what I could to catch him again. And I got it wrong going through the bomb hole and just hit the curb. We'll say it's not a Spin curb. I did a complete 360 and I'm back on in 4th place, so it wasn't as bad as Spins I've had in the past, but it was enough to throw me down to 4th. And on to lap 10 now, Spins spun it right there, so I managed to get back up to 3rd, and he has ended up being down in 4th. Now on to lap 14, on to 15, Toby's jumped in the pits there, so he knew he didn't have enough fuel to make it to the end, so he jumped in the pits. On to lap 18 now, I know I don't have enough fuel either, but we're not going to talk about that just yet. We're right on the back of Damon though, trying to pressurise Damon to see if I can make a move for first. But I'd been behind him for so long, I was getting a bit frustrated and I took way too much inside curb and I just lost the rear. So Damon's taking the lead, but I think I'm going to watch for Toby coming behind because I know I have to make another pit stop, which we have now. So I ended up losing silly time there, trying to pass Damon when I knew I had to pit. Thankfully though, before I put it in, Toby himself had a spin, but he's on fresher tyres. He took tyres in his pit stop and I never. So I was doing the undercut without changing tyres, which worked, but I had it all to do the last 3-4 laps. He was closing 2-3 seconds a lap maybe, so he had fresh tyres and he was going to pound in the laps to catch me. But on to the last lap here, so Toby's got right up the back of me, could easily get me in these last couple of corners if he wanted to. So it's just going down the back straight. I have to nail these corners even though I've got tyres that are, well, 25 laps old compared to his. His are half the age now. So you can kind of just hear it and see the difference in the lines I'm taking here. It just wasn't what I wanted, and Toby's catching right up to the back of me. So into the bob hole for the final time, and as you look in the mirror there, Toby made a bit of a mistake and that's got him out in the grass. So because of that I could relax going through this last corner, so I just backed off more than I would have done if he was right on me. But he managed to make that time up very quickly. As you can see, he's right behind me in the mirror there, but thankfully because of his mistake I was able to kind of coast a bit more than I would have liked. I was able to coast more than I would have been able to if he was right on me. So I managed to get second place, just another 2 corners he had me. So I'm glad the race ended there. But there we have it. So Damon's won that race. I managed to get second. Toby came home third, very close behind. Spin gets 4th, Iceman 5th, Dougie comes home in 6th, Colin in 7th, and Stuart rounds out the field in 8th position. So that was quite a good race. There was a lot of battling going on for the first 10 laps especially. I know after that, after Spin spun out, it was a bit more spread. It was a good race. Damon's leading the championship by quite a margin now, so depending on the last 2 races go, he's pretty much got this wrapped up, but never say never, myself and Toby aren't too far behind. But thanks again for watching, I will see you all for race 7 at Silverstone.